Ursi's Unique Eats. I'm Ursula, also known as Ursi, and this is my kitchen. Tonight I am cooking up something super exciting and actually really bright pink for dinner. I'm making pasta with bright pink beet sauce. Now, I know what you're thinking. Beets. Gross. Actually, although I don't ever really just eat them on their own, beets make the most beautifully vibrant pink, not Alfredo sauce, but like this light pink cream sauce when you cook them the right way and when they're combined just the way I'm going to show you in this video. I promise you this bright dish is not only bright for your eyes, but super bright for your taste buds, and I know you are going to love it. If you'd like to try to make pasta with bright pink beet sauce at home, come check out the ingredients that you'll need to make them. The ingredients you'll need for this dish are as follows. 10 ounces or 1.5 cups of chopped and peeled beets. So you're gonna take your beet, it's gonna start out looking like this, just give it a peel and chop it. It's a lot like chopping up a potato. You're gonna want those in about 1 to 1.5 inch cubes. 1 whole shallot, finely diced. 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Salt and pepper. We're going to use these to taste. I'd say have like a tablespoon or 2 of each on hand and you should be fine. Not that we'll add all of that to the sauce, but depending on your tastes. 2 tablespoons of chopped basil. We'll use some in the sauce and some for garnishing. 1 cup, half and half. Half a cup of white wine. If you don't want to cook with white wine and you don't like cooking with white wine, or you're making this for kids and you really feel like they shouldn't have white wine in their sauce even though it cooks out, you can use half a cup of chicken broth, but I'm using half a cup of white wine. And then 1 pound of pasta. I am using meze penne, which is just small pieces of penne, but you can use whatever shape or texture you really like of your pasta. And that's it. So let's get cooking and see how we combine all these ingredients to make penne with bright pink beet sauce. Our first step for this recipe is actually to roast the beets. You can't just kind of throw beets into a saucepan and expect this to make a delicious sauce. It's not gonna happen. So when you really take the time to roast the beets before adding them to the sauce, it just unlocks all of their natural juices and flavors. It makes for a far tastier pasta with beet sauce. Trust me, I've been eating this dish since I was about 12 years old. It's one of my favorites. So in order to prepare the beets, what we're going to do is just add a little bit of our olive oil. I have 4 tablespoons here. I'm gonna put about 2. Seems about right. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt. This is probably about like a teaspoon. And about half a teaspoon of pepper. I am eyeballing this right now. If you're uncomfortable eyeballing, please use a measuring spoon. And then we're just gonna stir this up. You wanna make sure that all of your beets get a little bit of oil on them. That way they don't stick to your pan, and that way they get nice and roasted in the oven. Additionally, you also wanna make sure that your salt and pepper spreads out amongst all the beets. Because if you have 1 salty beet and 1 gross beet, it's not gonna be a party in your mouth. All right, this looks good to me. Maybe it's a little oily appearing now, but once it roasts, it'll be great. Super simple step here, guys. All you gotta do is dump it out. Make sure you get all of your beets out. There we go. And then just spread them out into an even layer on your pan. So this is gonna go into the oven at 450 degrees for about 20 minutes so the beets get nice and soft. But before, that looks about like an even layer. Before I put it into the oven, I'm also going to cover it with another sheet of aluminum foil. This way the beets don't burn and that they don't brown. All right, look at that. This is ready, so into the oven we go. Cook your pasta according to the directions on the back of your box. While your pasta is cooking, let's start on the actual sauce. You will need the beets to be totally done roasting though before you start the sauce. Mine are fully roasted and are keeping warm in my oven right now. I'm gonna add the rest of my olive oil to a pan that's on like a low to medium low heat. And then I'm gonna throw in my shallots. So you don't want the shallots to brown, and you certainly don't want them to burn. You just want to do something called sweating the shallots, so you cook them just until you start to smell them. Or, in chef terms, until fragrant. That could take about 2, maybe 3 minutes. As soon as you smell them, it's when it's time to move on. I'll be here waiting to smell my shallots. Check back with you when they're done. I can smell the shallots, which means that they're done sweating and it's time now to add a few more ingredients. As you can see right here, I have my beets. Ooh, that's kind of hot. I have my beets totally roasted, and I'm going to add them to the pan. I wish there was a pretty or a super elegant way to do this, but there really isn't right now, so I am just picking them up with my spoon and plopping them into the pot. If you think of a prettier way to do this while you're cooking, let me know down in the comment section below. So you want to make sure you get all the beets. That's where most of the flavor of this sauce is and all of the delicious goodness, even though it's a little bit tricky. All right, I just about got all of the beets. Now, even though we put salt and pepper on the beets when they roasted, it's really important to just lightly salt and pepper this again. That way our shallots get some flavors too. So I'm just gonna give this a quick stir. You'll notice your shallots might start turning pink. Totally normal. Remember, this whole sauce is gonna be a beautiful, bright pink. So I'm just doing a pinch of salt and pepper. I'd say maybe half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper in that pinch. All right, we're gonna stir in our beets. And now we are going to do something kind of fancy, or at least it sounds fancy. We are going to pour in our white wine. If you're not using it and you want to use chicken or vegetable broth, your chicken or vegetable broth. And we're going to let it reduce. That's just a fancy word for like the alcohol cooking out. And it's probably going to also reduce in appearance. So right now you see the beets are starting to give out that beautiful pink color. And you're gonna really see that like this looks like a lot of wine in the pan. But once it reduces, it'll look like less. That's the meaning of the word reduce. So I'm actually just gonna give it a quick stir and just let it be. This should take about 5 minutes, so I'll check back with you in 5 minutes. Don't forget about your pasta though. Nobody likes overcooked pasta. Hey there. Take a look at this. The sauce, well, the wine portion of the sauce has totally reduced. You'll see that your beets have given off a little bit of that pink color, but here's where it gets really beautiful. All right, lower your gas down to low. We are going to add in our cup of half and half. Be really careful when adding your half and half, and you don't want to scald it and you'll get curdled mash. You want to pour it in low and slow, low and slow. This is what turns it the really cool, vibrant pink color. Oh my God, look at that. We're gonna add in our half and half. And I'm gonna put in about half of our basil because I wanna save some for garnishing, but I always think the basil tastes really good when it's cooked in. Again, if you're not a basil person, feel free to omit it. I'm gonna give this a really good stir. Oh yeah, you just can't get this color anywhere else. I feel like only beets and heavy cream will give you this gorgeous pink color. I know it looks a little crazy, like this color, and you're like, whoa, my goodness, no one's gonna eat that. My brother, sister, and I grew up eating this dish. I shouldn't say grew up, we were probably about like preteens when we were introduced to it, but my brother was young. We ate this stuff up. We thought it was so cool to eat food that was bright pink, and even as an adult, I still think it's really cool. All right, so you're gonna wanna let that sauce thicken until it's something called nappe. So nappe means when it coats the back of a spoon like this, although I think I'm supposed to do it with a metal spoon, so hang tight while I grab one. Got one. Let's see if it's nappe. Hey, look, it's getting there. It's disappearing a little quickly for me, so I'm just gonna let it simmer on low for another minute there, and then I'll be ready to add my pasta in and serve. You can also give the sauce a quick taste to make sure that it's salt and peppered to your liking. I'm actually going to do that right now. Oh my God, it's incredible, but it needs a little more salt. Perfect. I'll check back in with you when I'm ready to add the pasta. My sauce is ready for the pasta. Important thing to note about this sauce, it is a little thin. It's not like one of those hearty, really like stick around sauces. It'll look a little thin, but I promise it'll coat the pasta. So I'm just gonna take my wooden spoon out for a second. Okay, there. Pick up my pasta that I cooked and drained earlier, and I'm going to just throw it in. The handle is super hot, so I wanna get done with this real fast. There we go. Got my pasta, now I'm gonna stir my pasta into the sauce. Of course, if you don't have a big pan like I do that can handle all your pasta, just pour your sauce into your pot that you cook the pasta in. Look at that color. Oh my God, I love it. I just want to paint my bedroom walls. And we had a jumper. We had a jumper pasta. Didn't want to be eaten. I just want to like paint all of my walls this color, but I think it's a little too bright for me. A fun thing to note about this pasta too is that once it's mixed in like this, it can really keep for like another 20 minutes or I verge to say up to an hour. I haven't really tested it. As long as you keep it warm, it should be good. So you can make this when your friends come over, have it all ready to go have some wine and crackers, then come back and dish this out for them. Oh, gorgeous. Take a look at that pasta. Oh, I can't wait to eat it. I'm gonna plate myself up some and I'll check back with you over on my kitchen island. All right, I've got a nice big bowl of my penne pasta with bright pink beet sauce. I've garnished it with a little bit of extra, not parsley, a little extra basil and then one beautiful basil leaf just for presentation. I think that this looks super duper impressive. I'm telling you, if you ever have a dinner party or you're cooking for someone and you really want to impress them and you don't want to do a lot of work in the kitchen, I suggest this recipe. I can't resist. I need to take a bite. Oh my God. Even if you don't love the way beets normally taste, I swear you'll love it in this pasta. Everything tastes better in pasta and everything's better in pink. I'm Ursi from Ursi's Unique Eats. Thank you so much for cooking dinner with me. I can't wait to go finish my bowl of pasta for dinner. If you make pasta with beet sauce, please share your recipe with me. Comment in the section down below. And if you like this video, make sure you like it and give us a follow here on YouTube. There's also an Ursi's Unique Instagram that you can check, Ursi's Unique Eats Instagram that you can check out by clicking the link down below. Enjoy!